All right, everybody, the beast is back from the dead. It's been refretted. It's ready to go. I've been using it on stage, and it sounds and plays incredible. I missed it. I'm glad to have it back. So what I wanted to do is do a shootout. I got this one, I got the other Malcolm model, and I got the 62 Select. So I wanted to compare the tones and see how they sound. Right off the bat, I'm going to play, then talk about the tone, and then later in the video, I'm just going to do straight up tone comparison. So skip to this time if you want to see just the tone with no talking. Every guitar has a different pickup set, so it's going to be interesting to see the differences. This is a TV Jones Powerron in this one. Let's hear how it sounds. So immediate thoughts are this tone is super full, super fat. It has a lot of low end that you may not be expecting from a Filtertron. And that's because it's not exactly a Filtertron. This is like a cross between a humbucker and a Filtertron. It's right from the website. It's more of a humbucker than it is a Filtertron. It's a humbucker with Filtertron characteristics is really what I would describe it as, because it has that mid-range and the low end that you expect from a humbucker that you don't get on a Filtertron, and you'll hear the differences. It's a lot thicker, it's a lot more full-bodied, it takes volume and gain really well if you wanted to use it on higher gain stuff. If you're looking for something that does bluegrass, that still has some body, this'll do it. It still has that bluegrass twang if you want it. So it'll do it, it just might not do it in the classic way that you expect. For my money, it's the best live pickup. That one sounds incredible too, which you'll hear, but I think you sometimes want a little more output and a little more power, a little bit more wiggle room. So anyway, I think this is an incredible, really great, well-rounded pickup. So let's move on to the next one and check it out. Malcolm Gretsch model number 2, the 6131 MYRB, indicating that it is red. We went through this in the unboxing, so I don't need to go through it again. Here's what the Ray Butts full fidelity pickup sounds like on the same exact amp settings as the last one. So yeah, this is the closest to that one out of the three. These two are pretty simpatico, and I just love the sound of this pickup. It sounds honestly incredible. It's probably one of my favorite pickups I've ever played with. It's super clear and super articulate. You can really hear every string when something like a G chord rings out. And they're kind of even. There's no excessive low end, there's no excessive high end. It's just an even. You really get that separation of each string, and it's honestly a beautiful sound. It's just so good. And for bluegrass, it really does the bluegrass stuff well, because it's like the original bluegrass pickup. So it does that, and when you add a little elbow grease to it, you can tell it doesn't have as much output as that one. You know, I'm hitting it hard, and it's really not breaking up much. It's just the volume of the amp that's like pushing. It's really not, it has that sparkle. Man, now that I'm hearing it, I almost like it. You know, it really breaks up under a dynamic touch, which is exactly what it's supposed to do. You know, a lot clearer and a lot more articulate, less low end is my final say on this one. And here we have the 62 Select. This has TV Classics in it. Not Classic Plus, just the Classics. So I think in my mind, this one sounds the most different out of the three, but let's hear how it sounds. The reason I made that face is because it's super shrill. There's a lot of high end, and I think it's just down to the amp settings. I don't think it's the pickup, but that's important because I didn't change the settings at all for any of these guitars. So it needs to be tweaked. It doesn't give you that Malcolm tone right out of the box in my mind. It's like a different play on it. And maybe the TV Classics are more Malcolm spec than any other pickup, perhaps, in his early days, but it sounds the least like him to me. For the bluegrass stuff, man, it's great. Well, you can just hear the thinness of that. It's really thin. It almost sounds like a Telecaster bridge or something like that. Like, I bet you a Telecaster in this with these settings would sound pretty similar. My favorite, honestly, it's hard to say. It's a toss-up between those other two. I just love the way that one plays, but the way the other one sounds, the red one, it's just incredible. It's like they're like literally so evenly matched. It's hard. But anyway, time for some straight up tone, no talking. So yeah, there you have it. That's how the 3 of these guitars sound with the same exact amp settings. No switching anything around. Everything was identical. You tell me which you like the best. It's kind of a toss-up for me between these two. Honestly, that red one is starting to gain, you know, on this one pretty quick. I love them both, but I can't deny that that one just sounds incredible. So you let me know which ones you like the best, and there's going to be plenty more covers, plenty more vlogs to come. So stay tuned, and thanks for watching.